Apparently, Clay Davis from The Wire was running Atlantic City. We have this article coming to us from Insider New Jersey. Gilliam pleads guilty to wire fraud. Full details. And this is a full staff event right here. This is the former mayor. Well, yeah, because he resigned last night. The former mayor of Atlantic City. Atlantic City Mayor Frank Gilliam has pled guilty to wire fraud in federal court in Camden on Thursday morning. He also pled guilty to agreeing to pay back more than $87,000 to victims related to charitable organizations he accused of misrepresenting, according to CBS News. Now, the reason I'm making the Clay Davis parallel is because, yeah, that's exactly what they tried to catch him on in that show. Man, why is it still relevant? Why is The Wire still relevant? Gilliam could face 20 years in prison. In many respects, Atlantic City is turning the corner, said Atlantic County Democrat Committee. They're always going to say that. That's the thing about politics. They are designed to just look at the positives and eschew any negatives that may have long-reaching ramifications. So when it comes to, oh yes, we love this guy. This guy is great. It's all just bullshit nonsense that the elected class throw out because they, how do I put it? They're not gonna say anything too out the box because that's not what their job is. Chairman Mike Sluiman. Unfortunately, incidents like today perpetuate the negative stigma around one of New Jersey's greatest cities. Mayor Gilliam has betrayed the public's trust and needs to resign immediately so we can continue to move Atlantic City forward. You know, Atlantic City, seeing how we have an opportunity here, Atlantic City is one of the greatest tragedies in, I think, American history because for decades you had a monopoly on the tri-state gambling revenue streams, and you could have been eaten like kings. Like the streets of Atlantic City should be paved in gold by now, but unfortunately mismanagement and corruption will kill you 10 times out of 10. From the U.S. Attorney's Office, the mayor of Atlantic City today admitted to defrauding contributors to a youth basketball team of more than $87,000, U.S. Attorney Craig Carpentino announced. And that's where the true Clay Davis parallel runs, because it was a basket. You didn't even switch the sport. Could it have been a lacrosse team? Of course not, because Atlantic City is urban. It's a very urban, it's an urban center. Frank Gilliam, 49, of Atlantic City, New Jersey, pled guilty before U.S. District Judge Joseph H. Rodriguez to an information charging him with one count of wire fraud. Mayor Gilliam took advantage of his victim's desire to assist underprivileged children, that charity I'll be talking about all the time, by falsely representing that the money contributed to the AC Stars basketball club would go to pay for school supplies or to support youth basketball. U.S. Attorney Carpentino said, instead, he spent the money on himself. When a public official like Gilliam abuses either a public or a private trust to commit a fraud, this office and our agency partners will investigate and prosecute that official. The people of New Jersey are entitled to better. Damn sure. Damn right. Now, the people of Atlantic City, is no different than any of the other urban zones around the state, where there's so much deterioration that you create this need for, oh my goodness, they have the commercials. Back in the day, they used to have these commercials with it wasn't Sally Fields, but it was another actress, and they'd be in Africa, and all the kids would have flies on their face. I don't know if they still run those commercials. They would have flies sitting on their eyeballs and shit, and oh my goodness, please give, please give, please give. And so that's really what's happened here in America. That's the thing. I can guarantee you, because there's certain sections of all urban cities that have a very third world feel. And in the center of these cities, let's take downtown Newark, for example, you got tons of gentrification, but what it really is doing is just not addressing the problem of the poverty and the lack of economic mobility within these spaces. When a scheme depletes charity for children, it's unconscionable. Special Agent in Charge Gregory E. Erie said, but when the fraud is perpetuated by someone in the public trust, it damages the community's confidence in their public servants. This defendant betrayed the trust of his community and of people who wanted to improve the lives of children, which will always be their parents. You can't, how to put it, you cannot, you can't rely on outside sources to take care of these kids that your welfare state has gone out of its way to help create, to perpetuate and facilitate the creation of. So yeah, that's a whole bunch of nonsense. The FBI is committed to uncovering fraud and corruption. If you break the law, no matter who you are, you will face the consequences. If you break the law, and if we catch you, you will face the consequences. Just like you always toss out that caveat, because there's a lot of laws that people break all the time. According to documents filed in this case and statements made in court, Gilliam was the co-founder of AC Stars Basketball Club, a nonprofit that he incorporated to operate a youth basketball team. While serving as a member of the Atlantic City Council and later as mayor of Atlantic City, Gilliam solicited donations for AC Stars from various individuals and entities under the false pretense that the contributions were going for a youth basketball team and or school supplies for underprivileged children. In reality, Gilliam used most of the money for personal expenses, including luxury clothing, expensive meals and trips that were completely unrelated to the operation of a youth basketball team. Gilliam defrauded the contributors of $87,215. The charge, to which Gilliam pled guilty, is punishable by a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison and a potential fine of $250,000, or twice the gross gain or loss from the offense. Sentencing is scheduled for January 7th, 2020. U.S. Attorney Craig Carpentino credited special agents of the FBI Newark Atlantic City Residence Agency's Atlantic City Public Corruption Task Force, Jesus Christ, which includes the Atlantic County Prosecutor's Office, Cape May County Prosecutor's Office, and the Atlantic City Police Department under the direction of Special Agent in Charge Erie, and Special Agents of IRS Criminal Investigation under the direction of Special Agent in Charge John Taffer, with the investigation leading to today's guilty plea. The government is represented by Assistant U.S. Attorney Sean Farrell of the U.S. Attorney's Office Special Prosecution Division. My God, that was deep. Yo, all those words in the agency names. My goodness, that was a lot of salad. Yeah, but if you think he's the only one, you will be sadly mistaken. He's the one that got caught. All right, like he is the one that got caught, and honestly, good on him. Hopefully they the people who he defrauded can get some restitution. He goes away for a little bit and, doesn't automatically come back into the political space when he gets out, because that's a big problem that we have here. Like we'll like what they do a lot is, okay, yeah, you went to jail. All right, bet. Well, you come on out and we'll put you back in a different we'll appoint you someplace making $75,000 a year as an appointee, and you can rock after that. Because trust me, this has happened tons of times. Jersey politicians, Jersey elected officials are insanely corrupt. It's a big part of the reason why the state is so damn expensive, is because of the corruption. So yeah, it's good to see somebody take an L. But if you really think that that's all there is to it, and this is just the only one, no, he's the one that fell on the sword. There are plenty of people around him. The machine will always keep ticking. Make no mistake. So with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff, if you liked it, toss it a like. Dislike, yeah, go ahead and do that too. I'm not scared of you, even though most people don't watch these videos because I'm talking about Jersey and I'm talking about politics and it's boring shit. I get it. And speak. Let me know what do you think in the comments. Sub. Speak. Let me know what you think in the comments. You think this is the only one? You think he was alone in this by any stretch of the imagination? I sincerely doubt it, but you may think something differently, and that's what you're there for, and that's what the comment section is there for. So indulge, and until the next one.